Okay, let's convene the June meeting of the Public Safety Committee. We'll call the meeting to order. Motion to approve May's minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, privilege of the floor. Is there anyone here for privilege of the floor? Anyone here for privilege of the floor? Not seeing anyone, we'll move on to proposed resolution number 1. Confirm appointments and reappointments, Traffic Safety Board. Hey, Sheriff.
Mr. Chairman, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. This-
Jim, just for the record.
Sure. Sheriff James Quattrone. This resolution is for the Traffic Safety Board. As you can see, the 2 new members will be Captain Dan Hollins from the New York State Police and Chief Dave Price from Fredonia Police. The rest are all reappointments, and going through this, as recall, I think last month's meetings, we combined the traffic safety and stop DWI.
Committee, any questions of the sheriff? Jim, pretty straightforward. Everybody's accepted the appointment to this, and then we have a couple of new people.
That is correct.
Okay.
The captain from the state police is replacing Captain Balin, who retired.
Okay. Right. Any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 2, amend 2023 budget to implement the sheriff's office upgrades, jail and patrol project using funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Jen, just for the record.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jennifer Swan with the Sheriff's Office.
Got you.
This resolution is for approval of the use of ARPA funding as approved by the, ARPA committee. The individual projects are listed. We just figured it would make more sense to create one all-encompassing resolution just to make it a little bit easier to process. The amounts estimated for each project are listed. So I don't know if you have any questions that the sheriff or myself can answer if you want any more specifics on those.
I just got to admit, I did a double take when I saw jailbreak. The wording might. I know what you mean. Break room.
Give it to a teacher to notice.
Yeah, we will not be funding any of those.
Okay, yeah, good to know.
I think he's
Just to
still going to
clarify.
vote in favor of your resolution, but it's just, committee, any other questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, next, authorize agreement with Chautauqua Cattaraugus Erie 2 BOCES for culinary arts instruction 2023-2024.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is a contract that we enter into annually for the culinary arts program. Our kitchen supervisor, right? His title was, I was drawing a blank. Our kitchen supervisor is actually the person who is involved with that program. The contract offsets 50% of his pay per year.
And he in turn trains various incarcerated individuals, hopefully with a goal of when they are released, they can find some employment.
Jim, this is a good program. I mean, we've had this for at least 5 years, probably even longer.
Yeah, they've had it in place
I
for
think so
quite
too, Bob.
some
Maybe-
time.
Maybe even 10 years. It's a good program. Committee, questions of the sheriff or?
It sounds like a great program. Is there any statistics on how many have gone into or become employed?
No. Well, there's statistics on how many have since the the supervisor we have there now.
Mhm.
He just, and I don't know what they are, but he compiled them to give to BOCES. They have a new manager there who's overseeing this grant, so he had to get them together. But I'm not really sure how many people he has helped train, and we don't have anything in place to follow through the employment.
I think Tom would like some of these folks to come to his house and cook.
If you could, yeah. No, it sounds like a great idea. If you get one person comes out
Absolutely.
of that program and gets a good job.
Yeah, I can get you the stats that we have, and when I say we have nothing in place, recently with some of our staff, they are following through with people who are returning to the community to really hopefully help them to follow through with their plans as they're released, but to encourage them for job seeking opportunities as well.
So there is some follow-up, Jim, as far as you know.
Just recently starting.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. All right, committee, any other questions of the sheriff or Jen? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right, next proposed resolution, amend 2023 budget for office of the sheriff.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is a request of approval for increased funding in the dispatch department. The dispatch department desperately needs chairs on pretty much an annual basis since they're used 24/7. These chairs are a little bit more on the pricey side since they're used to the degree that they are. So they're not exactly cheap chairs, but we do get them off of one of our regular purchasing contracts. So
And Jen, the increase in the appropriation is offset by the increase in revenue.
correct.
Committee, any questions on this one?
Didn't we, like, maybe a couple months ago, didn't we
Yes.
approve some stuff for Marv Cummings in the dispatch office?
For Marv Cummings, Marv specifically.
Yeah, through the ARPA funding,
Not to mention any name.
we are replacing both the Mayville Dispatch Center and the Jamestown Dispatch Center, the desk and all of the equipment, and reconfiguring both places to make it more efficient.
So it's the desks, the equipment, and I believe the carpeting also that's being replaced with that money. It did not include chairs.
I told him if he wasn't laying back and sleeping on it all day long, they wouldn't be broken.
No comment, sir.
You have to take that into
He's watching
consideration.
this right now, I just
Mhm.
guarantee.
Okay, folks, any other questions on this one? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you, everybody.
Guys, I think you're done. Thank you,
Sheriff, I
Sheriff.
have a
Thank you.
question before you leave. After last month's meeting, when we did the resource officer positions and stuff like that, several people had come up to me and asked, like, why could we expand on other than using deputies, like maybe such as a retired correction officer, or I know one guy told me that in South Carolina, they use retired military to do some of the resource positions or whatever.
So we do have a position in the county in 2019. I worked with Ken Westfall to develop what we call a special patrol officer. And through New York State, it allows us to use retired police officers, retired corrections officers in that position. And they are paid, it'd be like considered a seasonal employee. So the season would be the school year, and they'd be paid by an hourly rate. And so that is something we are looking at. To be honest with you, the difficulty there is schools also are now using security officers. I'm not sure what the title is for the school systems, but the pay for those positions at the schools that some of them are bringing in are considerably higher than what the hourly rate would be for a county employee. But and then it's also, we offered that to one of the schools and they did not want that. They wanted, because what that does is also limits where their jurisdiction is. So as a special patrol officer, their jurisdiction would be on the school campus alone. Whereas when a deputy goes, they would be able to also go to other sporting events, get on the bus and ride with them and have jurisdiction and authority there.
Okay.
But yes, we're looking at that, and with one school in particular right now, there's a officer that'll be retiring from another agency, and he's interested if the school chooses to go that option.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jim, I think part of the problem is you don't just assign people to the schools. These are volunteers, aren't they?
Correct.
volunteer
Two
for this?
things we have some officers that are interested in school resource officer, but they're still on probation.
Okay.
And we would like to, my personal view is we shouldn't assign anybody to a specialty position, especially one of as an SRO, till they have at least 3 to 5 years experience
Okay.
to understand the job. And we don't want to force somebody to be there because that just wouldn't be a good fit for the school. And
Yeah.
we want to make sure people are there that truly want to be there and do a good
They
job.
volunteer to be there.
That is correct.
Committee, any other questions on this?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sheriff. Thanks, Jim. Okay, next, amend 2023 budget for probation. Gilbert, what have you got for us?
Good afternoon.
In just-
Gilbert Taylor
Yeah.
from the Probation Department. We have a resolution to fix something that was done in error on our original budget. We get an EFS grant and they actually entered it in on a resolution twice. We haven't spent the money, so they're just going to remove that from our budget to fix the error. So that's the first part of the resolution. And then the second part of the resolution is this year we came before the legislators to ask for money to purchase a vehicle, 3 vehicles. That was funded through a grant we got, so there was no expense to the county. We purchased 3 vehicles and then we were notified about a month and a half ago that they were not going to make those vehicles. So we had to find a different type of vehicle. That vehicle was $4,000 more for those 3 vehicles. So we're just looking to amend our contractual to put that money in.
What was the problem with the vehicle?
Well, we had ordered, originally, we tried to get Explorers and they told us they weren't making any Explorers. So then they told us the next shortest run we would have to get vehicles would be Broncos. So we said, okay, we'll take those because we were trying to get the vehicles as soon as possible. 4 months go by and I asked about the vehicles and they said, yeah, they're going to be anytime. And then the following week I got an email saying they weren't going to make those vehicles. So I was afraid we're going to start from scratch and maybe not be able to get the vehicles to next year, but they assured me if we go ahead and order these Dodge Durangos that the Sheriff's Department just got, we should be able to get them in 90 days. But they were about $4,800 for all 3 vehicles more. So
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Struck out with 2 of them, but the third one
they did
came
offer
through.
us Ford something, but then they told us they wouldn't be here before the Durangos, so we took those.
Okay. Committee, any other questions of Gilbert on this resolution? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, thanks, Gilbert.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Okay, next we have a discussion. This is on the reorganization of the finance department.
Mr. Chairman, Kitty had to reschedule this meeting.
Oh.
She's out of the office unexpectedly.
Okay, no problem. Right, she'll probably be here for audit and control tomorrow.
She's planning on that, yes.
Okay, all right, well, we'll skip that. All right, then, is there any other business to come before the Public Safety Committee? Any other business? Well, if not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
A second? John, you second it? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, thanks, folks. We're done.
Yeah, Harry, you just don't monkey around.
No, that's true. Once I get,
Once you get here, focus and move it.
see, he had to qualify that, John, once I got it.